It's election time in the UK, and if you take away nothing else from this video, please vote on the 8th of June. You have to register to vote by the 22nd of May, so follow the link in the description to register. If you don't register, you can't vote on the 8th of June. Very important. Seriously, pause the video, go register. I'll still be here when you get back. Okie dokie, now that you are all nice and registered, let's talk about elections. Prime Minister Theresa May has declared that there will be a general election on the 8th of June. People are pretty surprised by this, seeing as Theresa May actually said, multiple times, that she would not call a general election. A politician who went back on their word, I am shook to my very core. But it is what it is, and now the British public have to very quickly swat up on their politics. In a general election, every eligible voter throughout the UK chooses an MP, a Member of Parliament, to represent them. It works like this. The UK is split into many different constituencies, and the people in each constituency vote for who they want to represent them in Parliament. This is a map of all the constituencies in the UK. They've been coloured to represent which political party they chose to represent them in 2015. There's a link in the description to find out which constituency you are in. For example, if Joe Citizen lives in the constituency of Genericville, he would choose from other Genericville locals that are running in the election, each for different political parties. Mr Conservative, Mr Labour, Mr Liberal Democrat, and a great many other Mrs and Mrs. If Mr Conservative gets the most votes in Genericville, he will become Genericville's MP, Member of Parliament, and he will be given a seat in the House of Commons. The party that wins the most seats in the House of Commons wins the election. If we look back at the constituency map, the Conservatives won the last election because most constituencies voted Conservative. This method of election is called first past the post, because the first party to get a majority of seats, 326 or above, wins. Now, each political party has chosen a leader. At the time of filming this, Theresa May is the leader of the Conservative Party, Jeremy Corbyn of Labour, Tim Farron of the Lib Dems, etc, etc, etc. If the Conservatives win the most seats, Theresa May becomes Prime Minister. If Labour wins the most seats, Jeremy Corbyn becomes Prime Minister. Now, for the sake of simplicity, I've only used the Conservative Party and the Labour Party in examples, but don't think that you only have those two options. There are loads of political parties in the UK. There's a list of them all in the description, so make sure you check out all of your options. To finish, here's a little checklist for you. Find out which constituency you live in. There's a link below to do that. Find out who your local candidates are. What party do they represent? What policies do they have? What will they bring to your community? And finally, find out where you need to go to vote on June 8th. So, that's general elections put simply, but of course there is a much bigger picture. There are useful links in the description box if you want to read more, and I strongly encourage that you do. If you like this video and want to see more, drop me a like and a comment and subscribe to keep up with politics put simply.